Hey, y'all, all aboard the EDU station. So I am excited. If you was just on my personal page and you like, what just happened? I switched over. I know, right? I just switched over. So we are getting ready to sit back, relax, and enjoy some good conversation. I told you I'm bringing you tips this year. I'm bringing you things that can encourage you, motivate you to get right back into that business that you love. Okay. And our first person for the business series is Coach Francis, y'all. Y'all know Coach Francis. That's my sister. Baby, I love me some Coach Francis. And so not only has she done wrote so many books, y'all. I mean, I think my bookshelf is starting to tip over. And the EDU station, baby, she has a whole collection of books over there at the EDU station that is ready for you guys to pick up, that is local by. And we are so excited to introduce ain't the new book. I don't think this is the newest book, but I don't think this is the last book either, y'all. I'm gonna say that. But we're talking about the language of onboarding today. So it doesn't matter if you are in business, if you're not in business right now, or you're working for someone. I want you to share this. I want you to like, share, subscribe, share it with one of your staff members or that's thinking about opening up a business, or your current boss. Yeah, I said it. Your current boss. Because how was your onboarding experience? How did you get onboarded into that workplace? Was it good? Was it enjoyable? Did they give you a gift basket? Did they even tell you they appreciate you? Did they train you? They didn't train you. Well, the train lady is here, and we are finna get ready to board this station, baby. Everybody give me an all aboard. We're getting ready to onboard with Coach Francis herself. And then we got two lovely ladies that have joined us to be on our hot seat. So, yes. So, I'm not just talking about it, y'all. We are actually going to show proven solutions, giving you results right now, things that you can implement right now in your business. And of course, I'm going to make sure you get a little special treat afterwards. So stay tuned to see the rest of it. But first up is Coach Francis. Let me bring her on here. Hey, Coach Francis. I got to unmute you. There we go. Hey, Coach Francis, how you doing?
Am I good now? Hey, Coach LaShawn. I'm so glad to be here.
I'm just like, okay, I didn't tell y'all to go grab y'all favorite beverage. So if you need to go get you some coffee, some wine, or whatever, I got my cute cup today. It's the Hustle Girl Hard. Hustle Girl Hard. You can't see my cup, but it's okay. You see it now. There you go. All right. My husband found my cup, y'all. Praise God.
Good job, Elsie. He comes through.
So I want to say this is book number what? We on book what?
I believe this is number 6. So this is the last one. I'm working on another one right now, which will be the 7th one. But the one that is in question today or on the table today is the 6th book. I'm not counting the journals. I'm just counting the books that I wrote.
Yeah. So let me tell you something about Coach Francis. She set a goal. I want to say it was year before last, baby. And she said, look, I need to write some books. I need to start writing. I need to start getting back to writing. I got all this knowledge all the way up here. And I know what, and if you've never been to a conference where she has taught and leave you like at the edge of your seat, like, wait a minute, I want more. And then the games that we play at the conference, like she got me into Kahoots. I remember Kahoots years ago. Kahoots. And she got me back into loving Kahoots and implementing that even in my own trainings and everything else. And it's fun and it's engaging. Everything she does is always fun and engaging. And so tonight, I have been realizing that just talking to other business owners, and even not just business owners, employees themselves, that a lot of times that the onboarding process is not so great.
Right.
And I'm going to talk about my experience before we bring these two lovely ladies up. I remember my first job that I worked at, and nobody trained me. I literally had to learn how to work at art. I worked at Arby's. That was one of my first jobs. I was in high school working at Arby's, and nobody trained me how to use the meat slicer. I about sliced off my hand, honey. Up here, people gonna have fingers, index fingers, and everything else in the meat, baby, because they didn't teach me. I had to literally slow down and learn this myself. Like figure out how to do it, when to do it, And a lot of times when I was trying to learn something new, the supervisor was like, go get on the register. Go get on the register. But nobody taught me how to get on the register. Now we talking, whoo, that was some decades ago, okay? Now let's talk about a little bit of experience of me working as a merchandiser. I remember I had one day of training as a merchandiser, 14 stores. Nobody trained me how to be a perfect merchandiser. Nobody trained me how to work the back office and making sure that the products was lined up. Y'all support them Coca-Cola merchants and 7-Up people and them people at Walmart that's stocking them shelves because, baby, that's a hard job. I did it. So nobody taught me how to do it. In my onboarding process, it was more like I had to prove that, oh, I can do this job, or and the exit strategy was even worse, you know. And not to say, oh, they could have did better, but they could have done better.
Yeah.
Onboarding process could have been better. But again, that was back in like 2012 or 2013, one of them years. Look, so then I would say the only good onboarding I had was at Silverdale. Now everybody, I know y'all rolling your eyes like, what in the world, girl? You had so many jobs. I tried them all. Okay, I tried them all. Now I would say with Silverdale, that was one of the greatest experience of onboarding because we did training, we did boot camp, we did everything. It was like every day we was learning something new and giving us a checklist to make sure. The only part of that, I did not like getting mace. No, I didn't like getting mace. That was one part of the puzzle I didn't like doing. Getting mace and then trying to run for my life out that little shed. Now, my CCA correctional guards, yeah, I remember that journey, but it was very fun. I would tell you because it was surrounded by an environment that was training us for what to prepare for when we get out there to really do our job. Now, the question is, after my experience, what did I learn to implement in my business? Is my either one of my business on a good onboarding path? Not all the way. Can we be honest? I think we can be honest, right, Coach Francis? I think we can be
absolutely. That's the best policy.
So I'm still a work in progress when it comes to my onboarding solutions. I done tried, I done tipped, I done took this way, and sometimes I get it. I'm a child care owner. You trying to hire on the fly. You trying to get your employees in, get them in. You trying to train them right then and there. You like, look, you're going to be on the job training. Now, how many people done did that?
Yeah.
And you can answer in the comments that, yes, I done did it. Yep. I done did some on the job training. I didn't train my staff correctly. But how many of them stayed? How many of them that you did not train properly stayed? And so I'm not going to take up much more time because I really want y'all to get your pencils and papers, get your glass of wine, coffee, whatever is your favorite beverage, sit back, take some tips. Not only that, I want you to share, like, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, I want you to share this live to your nearest, dearest friends and let them know, hey, the train lady is on. I don't know what she's talking about, but it got to be good. And we gonna tune in. Let's see what she got going on. So let's get ready and share. So I'm gonna let Francis introduce her book, and then we're gonna bring our two special guests onto the stage.
Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you, Coach LaShawn, for having me on for multiple reasons. Number one, because it's you. And number two, this is just a conversation that I could not wait to have. You know what was funny? Well, a couple of things were funny. When you presented this idea to me, I got excited about it because I finally realized why people who gossip get so excited. I could not wait to get in here to share this conversation, to share this information, because we need it so badly. And so, first of all, again, thank you for opening the door to this, because there are so many people who, business owners specifically, who do not quite understand the importance of having an onboarding system in place. And so you are a door opener for this conversation. And this is not just some meeting that you're having. You are literally allowing others to gain access to information that they're going to need to help transform their businesses from the gate, from the beginning. And so thank you for allowing me to come on in here and share some thoughts about onboarding from my perspective, and also some things that have been proven, in the industry to work. So we'll talk about as much as we can. I love this conversation, but one of the things that I do know is that onboarding, the topic of it is so heavy and it's very, very broad. There's so much to talk about concerning onboarding. So I'm hoping that we can get through a lot today so that the listeners, your viewers, can at least leave with something that they did not come with concerning their onboarding process. And so that's what I'm hoping is going to happen. And I know it will, because we have a lot to share. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you to all of your guests who are on. Now, LaShawn has given me some instructions, and that is to introduce the book. So this is the book that we're going to be talking about today, The Language of Onboarding. That's the name of the book, How Your Words, Systems, and Culture Shape New Hire Success. Now, I do want to say really quickly, as LaShawn had mentioned on her live, I believe, right before we came in here, it was back in 2024 where I started talking about this out loud. Prior to that, you know how you're in the cave before you start talking about things that you're working on? I had been working on this for a long, long time. As a matter of fact, I had integrated an onboarding process in my childcare business. It's just that I didn't know that's what I was doing. It wasn't until later I realized, I was establishing an onboarding process for my team. My reasons for doing it was because I needed them to have a one-stop shop to be able to log in, get information that they needed, process requests, follow training. It gave me an opportunity to be working on my business instead of continuously answering questions about basic things that they can get themselves. And so that's what I started doing. I didn't realize I was establishing an onboarding or an HR portal, but that's what I ended up doing. And so the reason this book came to be is because it is a product from my Childcare HR Made Easy program. So we have an HR program that we built for childcare providers, but as of to date, there are other businesses that are using it. But initially, I established this for childcare providers, where we create an onboarding portal and an HR portal for them to use that's custom for their businesses. The reason the book came out of that is because the more and more I found myself talking about onboarding and talking to business owners and childcare business owners, is I realized there's a language that we must be fluent in order to set up onboarding properly for our businesses. Many of us do not understand the language. That's where this book came from, because the book is going to outline how we should process conversations, how we should word anything that we're sharing with our new hires or with our pre-hires, anything that we're communicating to them, because communication is key. And if we're not communicating properly, we're going to get the result of something we do not want. And so if onboarding is treated like a strategy instead of being optional, our language will begin to change. And so that's where this book came from. It's just full of ideas to get you started, any business owner, and how to think about onboarding and how to, number one, understand it's not optional. It's your business strategy. And if you skip understanding, if your team members skip understanding because of the owner, you will invite misunderstanding. That's the only thing that's going to come out of that. If I don't give you understanding, I'm allowing misunderstanding to wreak havoc in my business and in my relationships. So that's where the book came from, just in a nutshell. Hopefully I answered your question.
You did.
Because I was going on and on.
I was looking for my onboarding portal as we was you was talking. I was like, I want to make sure I have my onboarding portal, so those that can, I know I'm one of those that gotta see it. I gotta be like, okay, I can hear you talking about it. I know this is something that I need, but let me see it. What's behind the closed door?
Yes, pull that curtain back.
Yes. And so inside the book, I really, if y'all, my two special guests are going to get their free copy if they ain't already got it.
Awesome.
But they're going to get their free copy, and I really want you to look in the book because it actually gives you quizzes, it gives you examples, it shows you where you can write out your own onboarding system. If it's something like, she's just giving you advice to
Mhm,
solutions, but if you see something
mhm,
else that you need to add, that is something else. Like your welcome
mhm,
videos, week one need to be welcoming orientation.
mhm.
Hey, now we all know when some of our new staff members join,
Yeah.
some of our friends, our older staff members be like, "Well, who is this? What's going on? Who she hire?" So we need to make sure that we get properly on board them and let them know now,
Mhm,
welcome to the EDU Station family or the Tiny Tigers family or the Little Lambs family.
yeah.
Somehow, some way to make them feel comfortable because once they get inside the doors, they might not feel too comfortable. And them check
Mm,
in.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, having them check-ins is something amazing, but not just stopping with the onboard and having them check-ins with your current staff as well.
Mhm,
Set it up to where
mhm.
you having some type of check-in to talk with them. So I'm
Absolutely.
getting ready to bring our special guests on up, and I'm gonna let you conduct
Yay.
this class, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and what's their business name as I put them
Awesome.
up on the stage. Hopefully she's able to unmute. Let me see. I gotta come over here. All right. So I'm so used to saying Mother Cheryl. So they
Yeah.
don't have their cameras on, y'all. It's okay. I ain't gonna make them put their
There
cameras
she
on. Come up.
is.
Hello.
There's the beauty.
Hello,
Now
everyone.
hopefully y'all shared y'all lives and let everybody know. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. LaShawn Carter done got me on this camera, y'all. How y'all doing? So whoever want to go first and introducing themselves and their
Hello,
business.
hello.
Hello. I am Cheryl Lovett, owner operator of Alpha Children Learning Center in Lakeland, Florida. And pleasure to be on today, y'all.
Hey.
Yay. Hello, Mother Cheryl.
All right. Who else we have on the hot seat tonight? Go ahead, Miss Annette.
Yes, this is Annette Samuels, and I'm here in Kings. Well, I live in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. I'm actually now in Crofts, North Carolina, visiting with my folks. I have to do my
Aw.
thing with my mom, and
I
didn't
said,
have to
hey.
didn't have to do her nails today,
Awesome.
but I did have to give her a shower and braid her hair. So it all
Oh,
went well.
beautiful.
Thank you, Lord.
Awesome.
I'm really excited. I'm trying to just get some information about this onboarding business thing because I'm actually a family child care provider, so I don't hire anybody, but I do have another business called the Child Care Boss, where I will have some people helping me with this particular business that I have. So this will be some good information to help me in getting them started. The few people that I have right now to get them started, to let them know that I appreciate them, you know, standing with me as I do something I've never done before. So
Cool.
uh, this
Awesome.
is going to be good.
So even our
Awesome.
family home daycare providers can join us. So
Yeah.
y'all, I was a family home daycare provider. Mother Cheryl was a family home daycare provider, and I
Hmm.
think Miss Francis was a
Yeah,
family home.
Yes,
absolutely.
yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
We're
Yep.
reuniting, and
Hmm.
I'm not gonna start singing, y'all. Y'all know I'm silly. Hey, Leslie Ann, thank you for joining us. Please share it.
Leslie Ann is in. Hello.
And so I do want a non-child care provider to come on board to actually with these solutions as well. So if you're still on live and you like, I need to know something about onboarding and you're not a child care owner, you are in another industry, please click the link or you can just type online while we're here and say, hey, I would love to come in and join in on the hot seat as well. So
Hmm.
after that, I'm just going to let Coach Francis run it and ask my girls some questions. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So we're going to be talking about onboarding. And I have a feeling that once we get going, it's going to be one person to ask a question and it's going to fly from there because this is a remarkable conversation to have because a lot of times we don't really see that the little fires that pop up in our businesses down the road are as a result of having a poor or non existent onboarding process for our team members. And so I'm excited to hear what you all think about onboarding, how your process has been thus far. And here's something else I want to say. Think about your
Okay.
pain points right now. Think about issues that you have or things you complain about concerning your team. And we're going to 90. I'm pretty sure that 9 out of 10, I'll be able to point it back to onboarding. That usually is what happens. And so you might right now not consider the fact that there might be something that is connected to onboarding that's causing some issues in the business in a totally different area. And so I want to help you discover that today. If that is the case, at least you won't walk away still disconnecting those two things. It'll give you an opportunity to bring corrections and then continue to move forward in your business. So I'm super excited about it. I do want to say this, and then I'll probably ask you a question to get us started. And Coach LaShawn, you come in if there's something else that you want to add in. What I want to say to you is when you offer onboarding to your team members, what you're literally teaching them is what you value. You're teaching them how your leadership is going to be extended to them, what you expect from them. Let me give you an example. I don't know if you all know what your top skill sets are or what your top strengths are. My top strength, I found out, is developer. What that means is that I value growth as a priority. So, what does that have to do with onboarding? That lets me know, because that's a top value for me, that every experience that I give my new hire or whoever this individual is that I'm training to do something that I need them to do, I'm letting them know that growth is the top priority for me. And so as they go through the process of onboarding into my business, my group, my channel, whatever it is, they're going to get experiences that will cause growth. I'm going to prioritize growth. Let me give you another example if that did not make sense. So if my top value, if my top value is integrity, that means when you go through your onboarding process for my business, you're going to get a lot of exposure to what integrity means and how I want it handled in my business. Now, if I skip over, if I know my top priority is integrity, and I don't give you opportunities to act out on that during your onboarding process, and then you start coming in late, 2 weeks later, you're just really slacking on everything, and I'm fussing about it, but I don't connect the dots and realize, wait a minute, I could have gone through a process to weed individuals out who were not going to be a part of my vision, who were not going to value things that I value. I missed out on the opportunity to do that from the beginning. Did y'all catch what I was saying about that? Essentially, what I'm saying to you is whatever it is that you value as a visionary, as a leader, as a business owner, that needs to be integrated throughout your onboarding process, whatever that is. So, what does that mean? That means my onboarding might not look like your onboarding, and your onboarding process may not look like mine. Are y'all catching what I'm saying?
Yes.
Tell me what you heard me say just now. Anybody who caught what I was saying?
This is Annette. I'm basically
Hmm.
hearing that you're saying it's our own individuality, how we set up the onboarding. What may be top tier for me may not necessarily be the top tier for you.
Exactly. Exactly. So some of your onboarding experiences, especially if you're in childcare, will mirror each other. There are going to be a lot of things that we prioritize just in education that will be familiar. For instance, training. Training is sprinkled all throughout the onboarding process. At least that's the way that I teach it. It should be sprinkled throughout the entire onboarding process, because once you're onboarding candidate, or once your new hire has completed their 90-day onboarding, they need to have they could have up to 20 hours of training already done, because you've sprinkled it throughout the onboarding process in a way that made it not overwhelming for them. And so one of the things that I think is important with that, and the reason why I set mine up that way when I did, is because developmentally, education is important to me for my team. I want them to be aware of what is developmentally appropriate. I want them to be aware of the importance of understanding milestones for children. Because those things are important to me, I made sure that the onboarding process supported that. You get what I'm saying? So it wasn't like a secondary thing or a something that we just added on later. It was integrated throughout the onboarding process. So what I'm saying is basically what you just summed it up as. Think about the things that are important to you as a business owner in whatever it is that you do. Your onboarding process should integrate those principles, ideas, along with the things that come naturally in onboarding. Like number one, you know you're going to have a segment, which usually happens during orientation, where you're filling out paperwork for the state. Like those are things that we're always going to have. When we're paying individuals, yes, we're going to have a portion of onboarding or orientation where they're going to be filling out paperwork. Some things will look similar to us, but you want to customize your onboarding process because you want it to look like you. If it's important for me that my teachers prioritize their own education, then the onboarding process I take them through will support that idea. So if you are someone who does not really care too much about that, and you're going through my onboarding process, the pre-onboarding process, and it's too much for you to handle, what's going to happen? You're going to weed yourself out. And so it's going to prevent me from having to deal with a lot of issues later on down the road. Sometimes we have team members that stay with us too long, people that we should have let go of in the early stages, and we did not. And it was a poor choice that we made on our part. And so that was one of the things I wanted to tell you. And let me just explain why I'm saying this again. If you don't know what you value as a business owner, as a person, you won't know how to create the best onboarding process for your team. So again, my onboarding process may not reflect values that you have, which means your people are not going to benefit as much from going through my process. This is why we customize the onboarding portals that we create for business owners, because it's going to be important. So what is, and I just have a question. Where are you as far as your thought process on onboarding right now? And anybody can answer. What is your belief about onboarding?
Well, for me, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. What's most important for me is onboarding. It's from the very beginning, as when you bring in a new staff member in, that they get the first the vision, the philosophy of the center. They know my vision. It's very important that they know my vision, what I want for the center, and then I make sure that they are receiving the adequate training. So I must have a process for the employees coming in from training. I just know from my prior experience of on one corporate job, the way I was onboarded, that I even brought that over when I came into the child care center, is how they gave me training and onboarding that helped me first being welcome, like Sean said, welcome into the company is very important. But also the onboarding helped me also the way that I give a exiting out of my company as well. So that onboarding for my corporate job has helped me in my area of onboarding with my child care center.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Mother Cheryl, is there anyone else? What are your thoughts? What do you believe about onboarding right now? Feel free to put it in the chat if you're not on screen.
Well, I'm gonna come off mute. I could do a whole lot better with my onboarding, from coaching, from a lot of things. And just like what Mother Cheryl said, taking from what I know from previous jobs, what I didn't like about the onboarding, what I didn't like of my experience from previous jobs should be more to where I should make my onboarding more exciting to come into my company and to join, making an environment, a lovable environment, somewhere to enjoy, just being friendly, or making sure that they're happy with where they at in the onboarding process. So I'm just sitting up here. I got my notes though. I got my notes, but I did want to piggyback on, you hit a couple of my pain points. Not understanding the job description to the fully. And we can do better as bosses, if we're going to say it, bosses, to explain that job description, not instead of saying, oh, we're looking for availability from 5:30 to 1:30, and not really is telling them when that 5:30 to 1:30, or that 5:30 to 1:30 position, that job description is boom, 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 boom. They just excited to get a short shift and come in early and leave early, but they're not understanding what the task has to be, what task has to be done. And then you hit the expectation of the job. That's woo. Do we go to sleep when the children go to sleep? No. Do we You know, do we bring outside food inside the classrooms? No. You know, do we be on our cell phones all day long? You
Right.
know, these are like things that we need to make sure that we just not saying it when it's working our nerves. They know about this upon coming into
From
that
the
job
gate.
From the
Hmm.
beginning. Yes, from the
Hmm.
beginning.
from right
Yeah.
then and there, and it slips up, and we again, I'm human. I pinched, I ouched, I cried just like everybody else. And it just, you like, oh, I got a body. I got somebody to work in toilet room. Thank Jesus. I
Hmm.
don't have to work it no more. And we forget that, oh, I need to send them that onboarding link. The
Right.
last one was that attendance. The attendance policy. Just having a stern attendance policy and being consistent and sticking to the attendance
Hmm.
policy.
Hmm.
If your attendance policy say you got to have a doctor's note, everybody needs to have a doctor's note if they're going to be absent. If your attendance policy say that you got to give me at least a month and a half to tell me that you're going to take a vacation, you can't use your vacation day for the day that you just missed and thinking that's going to be added on your check. No. How do vacation time work?
Right.
All
Yeah.
this is important on their onboarding. And it might be somebody probably like, girl, I know it's people out there right now that's working a 9 to 5, that's working that's not a child care owner, that you're working a job right now, and you like, Lord have mercy. I wish they told me how my vacation work, how my PTO time work,
Right.
how do my bonus work, how do raises work. So I know
Hmm.
we're gonna get all into this discussion, but I just wanted to say that you hit my pain points on my paper.
Well, good. And I love what you said, because all of this information can be given to the new hire during the onboarding process. Is something that you can discuss in the beginning. So one of the things that you were mentioning is even when you were talking about time, this is going to be important because you're literally setting a tone during the onboarding process. And so one of the things that I think is important is to relay the information that you cannot take time off during the onboarding process, because that is going to be a critical time. And it's 3 months, yes, but the people who are going to want to get into your business and add value and who are serious will be perfectly fine with that. And so if someone is going to work against you on that, that's probably not the person that you need. Remember, I'm talking to you about what you value. So if you're okay with people taking time off, then this won't be a message for you. But if you're someone who does not wants everyone to be on post and available, you want to address those things before they actually start. Let's talk about language for a minute, because the book is called The Language of Onboarding. I had talked about this not too long ago in a conference where I explained that a lot of the times we're setting ourselves up for failure in miscommunication in our language. And so if somebody is interested in coming to work for your company, they should be able to go through an automated process. I think the days are over where we're constantly on the phone trying to connect to people. When can you come out? I personally don't agree with that, simply because if you're a business owner, you really don't have time for that. And so if somebody's interested in your position, they see an ad somewhere that you're hiring, there should be a link that takes them to a pre-on or pre-hire experience with you. Let me explain what I mean. So with our portals, there is an onboarding portal, but you only get invited to that if you pass the pre-hire portal, which is, really, really, there's not a lot on that, but the pre-hire portal will take your employee or your prospective employee through a process of completing state required information. So if my state is requiring something of my employees, I'm not going to wait until I hire you. What are those items that we need to get done? Now, some of them are required. Like there are some states you've got to have your fingerprint checked before you come in the door. There are some other background checks that are required. All states are not the same. So whatever it is that you need before you actually hire this person, you want to begin to give them little jobs to do. Now, what's that going to do? That's going to show you, number one, if they're serious about the job. If I'm going to go out and start collecting information that you've asked me for before you even hire me, then that tells me that this person is serious about coming into my company to work for me. If I give you an assignment to do before I hire you and you don't do it, or you forget, then that's letting me know what type of employee you may be coming in the door. The first 90 days is a preview to the next 900 days. So whatever I'm picking up on you right now is what I'm going to expect to see going forward. This is why we have to be quick to remove people if they don't line up with our values, with our vision. We can't continue to give fake grace. Well, if they stay here and they just watch, they'll get it. No, we are adults. And so you've got to get to a place where you realize these instructions were clear. If they were clear, these instructions are clear. This person intentionally did not follow through for whatever reason. Now I've got to make a decision. Am I going to be in a position where I'm teaching you how to be integral? That's not right. I should not be teaching you how to have character that is going to be excellent, that's going to be excellent. That's not why I started working. I didn't start work. That's what I teach children, how to become excellent, how to have great character. When somebody comes into your organization as an employee, you're not teaching them character skill sets. They should already have that. And so if that's something that's important for you, you want to make sure that the transition, the questions that you ask during the pre-hire process, which again, you're not there. This is something that's happening automatically. This is a digital process that the pre-hire goes through before they even meet you and speak to you. It's something that we set up prior to the prior to the onboarding portal. Once they pass that, then they will be invited to join our onboarding portal. Do you catch the language? So in other words, when I say to you, you've been selected to go through our pre-hire experience, in your mind as an employee, what you're thinking is, oh, I've been selected. So I've been picked out. I've got to continue to stay on my P's and Q's if I want to go to the next level. As opposed to saying, hey, you're hired. What happens when you say you're hired? Oh, I can relax. I'm in now. So, I can slow down. I'll get to it whenever I get to it. I'm in the door. Now, I'm not saying all people are like this, because they're not. Some people come in and they're on top of their business. But anybody on here, especially those of you who I know well, you've hired multiple people. And you can see, if you think about it, you can see a trend of who comes in and all of a sudden becomes too comfortable. You don't want people to become too comfortable, because when they become too comfortable, they're going to take their time. You no longer become a priority. But if my language starts you off by saying, hey, you've been selected, let's go ahead and go through this process. Here's your timeline. We need to get this information within 7 days. Once you get this to me, we're going to move you on to our next process. And hopefully we can go ahead and get you selected for that as well. When I speak this way, I'm letting you know you cannot get comfortable here. Okay? We want you to be consistent, not comfortable. And so the language is going to be super important. Sometimes and this is important. Okay. Sometimes when we hire people and we're in a desperate mode, and we start saying things we should not say. Oh, I'm so glad you're in here. I got to get out of this classroom. I got to get to my office. Or we start devaluing our own business. And then we wonder why people don't value us later, because we need to zip our lips. And there are some things we should not say. Oh, I couldn't be in that classroom. I'm sure glad you're in there. We're devaluing our own business. And yes, sometimes in language, we want to let loose, but we have to remember, as the visionary, there's a certain way that we speak, and there's a certain way that we do not speak. There are some things we keep in here, or we share with our round table, we share with the people who are on our level, who understand. And then there are some things we don't share with our new hires and with our employees. And that's important because they're watching us. We are literally teaching them what to value and what not to value. If I'm speaking rudely about my clients, my parents that come in and out, what do you think the team is going to do? They're going to do the same thing. They're going to devalue the clients that are the whole reason why they get to work there. So what I'm saying is, what you value needs to be vocal. Those things need to be said. The language that you use with your new hires is going to set them up. You're going to teach them how to treat you. We've all heard that statement before. You teach people how to treat you. And so if I'm getting ready to say something to my team members, I'm thinking about it first. Like, wait a minute. If I say this, what am I teaching them to think about me and to think about my business? If we just take a second and go through that process of thinking about what we're going to say first, You know, the Bible teaches, and I know we have some people in here that are on God's side, so I can say this. The Bible teaches us that when thoughts come into our mind, we're supposed to snatch them down and make them line up. And so if I am getting ready to say something to you, I need to make sure that it lines up with the vision of what we are doing. So check your language. Go back and, when you have your office hours time or your time when you're just reflecting, what type of language am I using? And is the language that I'm using curtailing my vision, my goals, my dreams for the business? Am I the one that's causing the individuals in my business to sabotage what I've started? It's an important thing to think about. And even in the book, as I go through, you're going to really pick up on a lot of that, the language of onboarding, the thought process. I remember hearing Coach LaShawn speak earlier about what happens when your team members come in, because I don't know if you are aware of this, but when you're hiring someone, there is a whole process that they go through in their mind that you and I may not be thinking about because we're busy trying to get everybody in position. But there is a process that your new team member will go through before they actually decide if they're going to stay with you or not. What type of thoughts are they having? Is this a safe place? These are legit things they're thinking about. Now, you and I are running around just getting things done that we need to do. But that new hire is going through a thought process all day long. Is this a safe place for me? Am I going to grow here? Am I learning here? Is the way that the leader, the manager, the owner talking to other people appropriate? Does it help me want to stay here and grow? Can I grow here? They are thinking about things that you may not be thinking about. And it's important because if they don't feel safe, they're going to start to retract. They're going to start to, and even if they show up and their bodies are there, they're silent quitters. A silent quitter is not always someone who puts in a resignation or who disappears. It could be the person sitting in the classroom who is totally disengaged from your value, from your vision, from your goals, from everything that you're doing. They've quit because they don't feel valued and they don't feel safe. And so your onboarding process should incorporate principles and ideas and experiences for them that let them know that you care about them. Having an onboarding process alone shows that you care about your new hire. You've thought about them in advance by creating an onboarding process all on its own. Now, there are some particulars we need to go through to make sure that it is of value to them, yes, but having that from the very beginning is a statement that you're making that you may not say out loud to your new hire that I care about you. So I've taken the time to send you through a process that we've already pre-planned for you for your first 90 days. And after your 90 days, we have another process awaiting for you, which is our HR portal. But tell me how you feel about what I just said. And I know I said a lot, but particularly about setting up a process for your new hire. Think about how that would make them feel. Or have your staff members already shared with you how they do feel about the current onboarding process? Let's take a moment and share. And Coach LaShawn, you pop in whatever you want, because I've already gave a disclaimer. Onboarding is a long process. It's a long conversation.
Well, I want to welcome everybody to the room. I thank everybody for clicking the link and coming on in. We have reached our limit, but if you could just post in the chat of your questions. If you have any questions, post it on live. I thank y'all for popping in on a Sunday afternoon with us. And so I'm gonna start it off while I'm talking. It was powerful. Everything was powerful. It really got my mind thinking. I have this tool. I have this great, awesome onboarding, but I have not introduced it to my staff at all yet because I'm trying to make it so perfect. And I just need to just go ahead and release it and just make tweaks and changes as I go.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I like the silent, the person that's getting ready to leave your company, and I'm one of them type of people. Now, y'all can chime in if you want to, unmute yourself. Do y'all have that feeling that sometimes them employees finna go, and you just be like, that one finna go? You can tell by move, how they talking, how they reacting to certain things that you're doing, and my love language is I'm a gift giver. I love giving gifts. I love giving surprise gifts. I love food too. So that's my other love language. I like to eat. And so I'm one of them spontaneous gift givers. I just give myself a gift just because, you know.
Mm.
And I remember a certain person, they left my organization. They was like, but you never gave me a gift. And I was like, you never stayed. You didn't stay to get the gift. I noticed that silent person just exiting out the program silently. But then as soon as I reward like the staff that was there, it made that person feel like y'all was excited for me to go. Like you waited for me to get that, you waited for me to leave to give out gifts. And it wasn't even like that. I hope y'all catching what I'm saying. If you, it's like what my mom used to say, if I do for one, I'm gonna do it for all, right? But at the same time, I'm one of those spontaneous people. I like to just, hey, sure, here go a nice gift. You know, it ain't gotta be your birthday, even though we're gonna celebrate your birthday. Happy birthday. But but I
love that.
I'm one of them type of people, and I didn't know that when I did the exit interview, that offended that employee. That was like, well, I found out on such and such that you sent out a gift, and I was like, I wasn't doing it for that way, but I noticed the language that I was portraying. You know, I noticed what I was doing, and so that's where my aha moment and what I was like powerful that touched me. Anybody else, Mother Cheryl, you unmuted if you want to go.
That's so important what you just said, LaShawn, even in that area there, about knowing when our staff is getting ready to leave. I just think it's just so important. It has been a while since I've done any onboarding with my company because of the years that the staff I have maintained the same number of staff. But I'm getting ready to go back into my business on tomorrow with the new mindset, which I had already. I'm so glad I stumbled upon that you was going to do this training today. So I have onboarding, but my staff that I presently have not had a chance to actually go through this particular onboarding process because they were already hired. They were already in. But I would like to go in and still do that on them as a practice so that I know it's working and it's effective what I got. So when I am getting ready to go into, because I'm getting ready to go into another business, that is going to require me to do onboarding for that as well. So I'm just glad that I was able to jump in today and to get into this because it just ignited me more now to just go back and review, look at my onboarding process that I have in place and start moving. And like you say, try to treat some things and see how some things are going and may put it back on a practice with my current staff. Thank God they're not have the mindset of wanting to go anywhere, but they what might be my students for me to try it out on and know that it is working, that I got the right information, and they're receiving the right type of training that I gave them. I may even give a question of, did you get the right training when you came on, even though it's been 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years? How did you feel when you came on to Alpha Bright? Did you feel like I gave you the right training when you came on? I gave you adequate, or did I just, like you said, we've been in that place, guilty, done it, ooch out. You got hired today. You got pushed in that classroom today. Okay. And we trained you as we went on. I'm talking 21 years experience in this. So yes, it's been many of those 21 years. We just pushed them in. But once we've learned that we need to have a process of onboarding that's going to help train them and get them and then welcome them in, get them trained, and our company is going to run much better. And the morale with the staff is also going to be much better as well.
Absolutely.
So, I'm
Absolutely.
just thankful for this training that I had the opportunity to come in because this is really going to reignite me to go back and look at my onboarding. And I definitely got to get it on. I'm like old school. We have the application, Coach. Coach, so you said earlier, some of us may not even have applications, but I do have applications. But I do need it on the Google platform where it's up, where they can go in because I'm in so many multiple things that I really don't have that time to go and like, did you put the application in? Let me look at the application. Let me review it. Let me call you in for an interview. I like what Coach Francis said. I jotted down. Pre-hire portal.
Yeah.
So now I want to set up a portal for my onboarding.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
That is
And
awesome.
I did share the portal that me and Coach Francis went through together. This was when
Yeah.
she first came out with the portal. And now you guys, you can work with Coach Francis yourself. It
I
serves
have
well.
upgraded it.
She has upgraded it, y'all. That's why I told you, I was like, they can see this version because this
Yeah.
ain't the same version no more. It's upgraded, but
Mhm.
it's a whole. When I say she put a lot of time and effort in this, you do not have to go recreate the wheel. It's already created.
The
It's
framework
already,
is done. It's done.
and all you got to do is plug and play. So that's basically what I've been doing, is just plugging and playing and putting it inside. And she showed us how to share it with our new onboarding staff. She also showed us how to do the videos, how to add the videos, how to add your own handbooks and policies, from training videos, the first day excitement, the introduction of the team. So I did a whole
surveys.
Oh yeah, in the surveys, how to add the surveys, y'all. I know I called her one day. I was like, "Hey, how do we put the little nice little the labels on the background of my templates? I want the templates, because it was so cute." And I was like, "I want to make mine cute." But I'm telling you, even if you're not in childcare, again, take out the word childcare. Put your I don't care if you own a nail salon. I got people that own nail salons on my Facebook page. You have in a nail salon, y'all have a reception. What is that onboarding process for that receptionist? Right. What is the onboarding process for that person that's coming in? That's going to be I don't know if they call them tenants or what they call them now is salon suite owners or something like that. What is the onboarding process? Instead of you having that meeting and be like, I don't know if she's going to pay me my suite fee. Now you can have an onboarding process to get them on board to know how your suite is ran, how you need to clean up, how they supposed to clean up their suite, how they supposed to pay, the payment portal. We ain't gonna get into all that. But I'm saying this because we think we got to stop thinking so small about our business and start looking at it. How can I eliminate a lot of the things that I am doing myself?
Absolutely.
I'm putting so much stress on myself, and I could just really automate this thing. Oh, you want to come in and be my assistant? I told somebody I need an assistant for an assistant sometimes. She said, does this onboarding process have an automation built into it? Coach Francis, that's what you. She said,
So, and who asked that question?
Miss Jacobs.
Miss Jacobs, elaborate on that. The answer, the short answer is yes, but elaborate on what exactly it is that would be helpful to you to automate.
See, and she is a assisted living. I want to say she does assisted living. I know she worked with medical in the medical portion.
Yeah, I have a client that is in a different field similar to that as well.
Okay, healthcare. So, and she be on my Be About Your Business lives, and I've been talking about your book and the upcoming series of everything that we had. Because onboarding is not just, this ain't gonna be the last that you hear from Coach Francis about onboarding. I want to break this down to the point to where you know how to do your second day. She said we are a home health care agency with doing DDA clients as well. Okay. So she's a home care agency. So people that are in the home care industry, hey y'all, you need an onboarding. If you don't already have one, get one. Then you got Coach Francis.
And Miss Jacobs, and hopefully I'll be able to answer your question to some degree. But as far as it being automated, this was one of my main reasons for setting it up the way that I did, because I understand how busy business owner, the person in my mind when I created this was the busy business owner, the person who did not have a lot of time to sit side by side with a new hire, but the new hire still deserves to have a great onboarding experience, whether we can sit with them or not. And so this portal allows them to be interactive. And so they're not just sitting at this computer or tablet or wherever you have them working on this for hours. It actually is designed to even incorporate links for training. So if you have a training process that your new hires need to go through, you can embed those training classes, courses right here in your portal. All they do is click on it. They watch the training. If it's something that's online, I know you may have outside training or in-person training, but if there's something that they can do online, they click on the link. Everything is they're doing it themselves. It's self-initiated. Now they will have a time frame. That's why at the top of the columns, you'll say, this is your first day activity. This is your second day activity. This is after the 5th day, it goes into 2 weeks. And then it goes into, I believe it was 1 month, 2 month, and 3 month. And we kind of decreases the more time goes by. There's a lot to do in the beginning, but this allows them to automate everything that you need them to do. Even if you need them to send you forms, you can embed, and there's a form platform that I prefer that I talk about when I'm training on this. You can embed those forms here. They can fill them out right from their onboarding portal, submit them, and then they go to your box. And you and your team member, your leader, whoever your manager is, your HR person, they can then go pull those things. And so the portal is designed to be private. And so your new hire is not uploading personal information in here. If they're uploading something, it's going to go to a private link. But I do train on how to do all of that. And we do it in such a way that works best for you and your HR team or your leadership team, whoever would be managing this, if it's not for you. Did I answer your question at all in any way? Because I want to make sure. I can't really see the questions or the
I
comments.
know I was trying to pop them over to the side to make sure they showing to you on the side, but I'm pretty sure she gonna answer here in just a minute. She probably typing in.
And if I
But
could add, oh, go ahead.
we do have some new guests came in that's
Oh,
underneath
awesome. Wish I could
Pastor
see everybody.
Shanika and Miss Tiffany and Miss Miranda. They have joined us up here on this
Tiffany.
conversation. Yes, it's Tiffany.
Is it not Tiffany?
It's your Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
Look, we be like, who Tiffany? My Tiffany? Your
Yeah.
Tiffany? It's our Tiffany now. It's
I'm
ours.
so glad that she could
But,
pop in.
so, ladies, the ones that's just joining in, I want you to unmute yourself if you can. I know some of us are kind of probably still out and about and traveling on this Sunday. If you have anything that you would love for Coach Francis to answer about your onboarding or about what you are right now, what are you going through far as onboarding, and you need some tips and advice about your onboarding process, how you can get more help, unmute and let's ask away, y'all. Come on.
Okay, we're experiencing a problem of collecting information even after the onboarding for updates. Is there an automation part of the portal for that? I'm in a place in a business now where I need everything to be automated because between me and my 3 staff members in the office, we don't have time for it as we are growing. So yes, the portal is, and let me, I know I've mentioned this and you may not have been in when I said this before. The portal is customized. And so when we meet together, I learned about what works best for you and your business, but you also get insight into things that I would recommend based on my experience in HR and onboarding. And so when we talk, you would literally share what your pain points are and what you need to happen in your business. And we would implement those resources, those platforms, whatever it is you need. I wish we had more time because I could be talking to you about a whole lot of resources and other platforms that you can integrate into your portals, whether they be HR or onboarding. But yes, you can definitely make this automated so that you're not following people. And the thing I love about this platform is that it will also send reminders to your team members for you. You can even set up checklists to remind them, hey, time to take that training. It will send them emails and it will give them an update right here in the portal. And so I absolutely love this process. This is not, whenever I'm teaching about this, I make sure that business owners know it's not about the platform. I love Trello, but you can use any platform. What's important is the content. How you're setting it up. What's the process? It's not about the platform, even though the platform is important because you want it to be user-friendly and easy to use, but it's more so about the content and the process you're taking that new hire through. You should integrate all learning styles. This is another way that I set this portal up so that no matter how you learn, you're going to be able to function through this portal. So if I'm not someone who is an audible learner where I just can sit and listen all day, I can't. I need to see pictures. I need to see visuals. That's how I learn best. So I'm going to meet everybody where they are in the portal. We have to think about that when we're designing anything for our team. Yes. Can you send me a link so I can set up a call with you? Absolutely. I think that Coach LaShawn added the website. So Miss Jacobs, when you go to that website, the very first page you see will be a page of all of my trainings. Just scroll all the way down to the bottom and there should be a a questionnaire or something there where you can send your information. You can also go to our book a call page. From there, click on the one that says 15 minutes because those calls are free. Click on the 15-minute call. That way you and I can chat. You can get on my calendar and we can chat about what you need. And then we'll know how to move forward from there. Hopefully that helped.
They probably helped her out. So let me
Awesome.
share this tab instead. Hopefully they can see
Oh,
me.
good. Yes. Perfect. So if
And
you go to more and then click on, where is it? Book a solution call. Yep.
yes,
You're going to scroll through until you see, where is it at? You can do that one, but I prefer you do, let me see, refresh. Are you able to refresh that?
I'm refreshing now. It's
Okay.
probably working on my end.
There we go. So the 15-minute solution call, you can book that. There's no charge for that. That way I'll have an idea of whether or not I can help you. I don't want you to get involved in anything that does not work for you. So first we talk about it. And if I'm able to provide solutions for you, then we just move forward from there. Yeah, so hopefully she was able to get that.
Okay. So, all right, you guys. I'm now my special guest. Did y'all have anything to add to this training for tonight? I want to make sure we get everybody's question answered, and if they had anything else that they would like to ask Coach Francis while we have her on about their onboarding.
No, I just everything was very informative. I enjoyed the training. I'm definitely going to be connecting with you, Coach Francis, to getting my portal set up because I know
Awesome.
there's a need for it. And with me going into the next season of my life, into the next business that I'm going into, home health care as well, I'm
Mhm.
going to be doing needing the onboarding process and portal in that area as well. So we will be connecting.
Awesome. I cannot wait. Excited to talk about it. Just for anyone else that I'm Coach LaShawn, if I could have just a second, just to let everybody know, with our portals, we have upgraded them to offer different packages. When I first started this, it was just one package. We've gone through so many different types of avenues to offer this. But the last one that I did, I broke it into 3 parts because you may not need everything that might be in our leadership package. Maybe our starter package is going to be the best thing for getting started. And so if you go to the website and you go under the link for coaching, not coaching, for childcare HR made easy, it'll be that yes, ma'am. So, yep, if you go there, you're going to get information on exactly what we offer. Those rates that you see are just the setup. So you will have your portal completely completed by me. I create them for you. And then you have your membership where you connect with me and I'm literally helping you through the entire year or however long you have your portal for usage. You also get connected to a group. LaShawn is in a private group that we have where I upload videos so that you can go in and find out everything you need to find out for creating your board or for getting your team members who's going to be responsible for. I'm holding your hand. I'll just stop saying all of that other stuff and just let you know your hand is in mine for this entire process and throughout. And so if you ever need anything within our program, you have access to that. I even help with conducting classes. So it's a lot of stuff you get, even the book, the complete HR guidebook. I don't know if LaShawn held this one up earlier, but you do get this. Okay, so this book is full of HR notices, letters from multiple topics. You get a copy of that, but you also get the digital version so that you can update it and add your own logo to it. And you can literally send that out to whoever needs it. And so it's a huge benefit. Oh, she's got her book up.
I ran over there to go get my book off my shelf.
Yeah. So it's a great program. If you have questions about it, of course, just click on the link for the 15-minute call and we will have a discussion about what exactly it is that you need for your business, because it is not one size fits all. It's your size, whatever your size is.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody else got any questions? Now, I like I said, I need to go back into my onboarding portal. I need to stop trying to make it so perfect and just go ahead because I love
Yeah.
what Cheryl said. Just going back to the
Just get
original
started. Yep.
staff members that you already have and just asking them,
Yeah.
how was your onboarding process? What is some things that I need to change in my company? And
Mhm.
the same thing with, like I said, not just onboarding your staff, but onboarding your parents.
Yeah.
Um, like
You have that
enrollment.
too.
You know, I realize not everybody is tech savvy when it comes to their pro care. You know, you
Yeah.
know, my face expression tells it all. But when it comes to that pro care with a lot of our families, they are like, what is pro care?
Yeah.
Why you got to go here to go pay? And how do I see my payments? And so
Mhm.
just having that onboarding for them parents of how your newsletters work, how do payments
Mhm.
work? Why do y'all go outside so much? It's hot outside. Why you got to take my
Mhm.
child outside? It's mosquitoes outside. It's mosquitoes everywhere, But like
We
giving
set
them,
those up too for parents as well.
and I'm just hitting some of the pain points that a lot of owners and center doctor. What's the meal time?
Yeah.
Why do we have to have? What's the special meal requirements? How often
Mhm.
can the kids go? On field trips? Do y'all do field trips?
Mhm.
A lot
Mhm.
of parents ask those questions, and if one parent asking it, I always thought about it. If one parent asking it, it's a lot of parents with their same question in mind.
Absolutely.
So
Mhm.
why not create a portal or create something to where
Mhm.
you can stop asking the same question over and over when new
And the
parents.
surveys are built in, by the way. Your surveys are all built in. Every survey, every question that would be beneficial for you to know so you can scale your business is already in the program.
See, and
Mhm.
so and like I'm talking childcare because that's my organization. That's like what we
Yeah.
do. We do childcare. But
Yeah.
again, I want to make this to where I know I got some authors that writes books. Okay, you
Mhm.
having people that's helping you with illustration work, that's helping you with marketing plans, that's helping customize your websites, that's
Mhm.
you events and stuff like that. You need to have an onboarding process of
Mhm.
how things work in your business. How often are you throwing events? When do
Mhm.
they need help with your marketing, and how is your marketing plan looking like for the current year? And this, yeah, I'm trying to stress. I'm trying not to make you stressing out. Like I'm pretty sure somebody gonna wait till I get off this live and be like, "Girl, you was talking to me. Then why you ain't coming?" Look now, because and then for my family day home people, stop excluding yourself. Stop saying, "Oh, I'm just a family child
Mm-mm.
care provider." Baby, I was a family child care provider. I had
Yep.
one staff member, and I still needed an onboarding system
Mhm.
because we were just winging it.
Right.
You gonna work Wednesday, I guess. You gonna work Friday, I guess.
Mhm.
What the kids gonna do? I don't know what we gonna do.
Yep.
What's for lunch? Having that onboarding system even in your family home daycare, a group
Absolutely.
center, so that way what's the menus. How often do we need to rotate the menus?
Mhm. And
Now,
we developed the one for them specifically.
Mother Cheryl over there sitting quiet, but when she come out with her kitchen chronicles,
Oh,
okay.
Lord,
Oh Lord,
it's
I
gonna
can't.
change.
Oh, it's gonna
It's
change.
gonna
It's
change
gonna
the
change.
industry.
I had to say it, mother. I had to say it, mother. But because of travel agent business, I
Yep.
see travel agent businesses.
Mhm.
What's your onboarding process to keep them clients to keep booking you?
Yep.
Like, hey, this is LaShawn. Now I'm not coming out with no travel agent business. Don't y'all be sending me no links. Talking about, can you sign underneath my agent number? I got enough on my boat. Okay.
Mhm.
But you need to have some type of onboarding
Yeah.
process to help them. You're a
Mhm.
coach. You're coaching. What's your onboarding process to accepting
Mhm.
them clients? Or you just send them a link and hope they pay and say, okay, well, there it is. You paid your membership and that's
Mm.
it. That's all. Just wait for the link to come by and you're going to join that class. No,
Right.
what's the onboarding process for them joining your coaching program? Make it
Where's
warm.
Tiffany at? She knows I set that. I think Tiffany was still in here
Uh-oh.
mentioning. She
I don't
knows
know.
I
She
set up an
jumped off. She'll
onboarding.
probably come back on.
Everybody
But
gets one.
what's that onboarding call? What is
Mhm.
it? Is it a phone call? I like doing Looms. LOOM. It's free. I
Mhm.
just gave you some free tools today. Loom. Okay. Use it. Get on Loom. Make you some videos. Make you a welcome video. Hey, my name is LaShawn Carter with the EDU station, and welcome aboard the team. All aboard the EDU station. Can't wait to see you on your first day. Boom. Click Loom, record it. There's your welcome video.
Mhm.
Now we
It's
got
that simple. And if you want
that's
me to do it, I will do it. I've done that for some of my clients as
yeah.
well in their portals. I'm literally the one speaking over their welcome video. So nothing is out of reach.
And this
And
is so,
nothing.
and all you doing with this is how I look at the onboarding portal, because it might be for different businesses. You might have 5 different businesses, but if you wash and repeat, meaning like you take what you did in that onboarding training and then you like, okay, I'm gonna implement that same welcome video over there, but edit out whatever your business name is. If you get what I'm saying, like edit that out and then use that same video. Now we got Chat GPT, baby. You can. Now, Steven, he's a mess. That's what my Chat GPT name. Steven is a mess. Steven will come off the wall with some stuff. And I'm like, Steven, I'm not saying that. He'd be like, but that fits your personality. So I'm not going into Chat GPT land. That's Mr. Carter's little world.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to stay over here. But if you haven't already, go ahead and book your call. Follow her on Facebook. Do they follow you on Francis Davis or do they follow you on Third World Solutions?
So for this, you're going to want to follow our HR page, which I actually need to go in and start saying some things on. So you can follow us there. Let me see. I think, LaShawn, are you in there? Let me see if I can get the link. And if you go to my Facebook, you can find it from there too, because I think I have it listed on my Facebook page. Yeah. So if you go to my Facebook page, Francis Davis, and then go under the profile information, and you should see a link for that that Facebook group. And if you cannot find it, just let me know, and I will send it to you directly.
I was trying to go to your page, but it pulled up some other people.
Oh, did it? Let me see. I'm going to get it and then I'll put it in the group.
I wanted to make sure. So I should be sharing her social media and I'm going to add it to the stage. This is her page. So that's the picture. So make sure you following the right person. Okay. I pulled up Francis on my other phone and it pulled up somebody else. So I just want to make sure we follow the right person.
Yeah, that'll work. And just message me. I'll get you to wherever you need to be.
And so, like she said, onboarding is huge. It's huge, y'all.
This wasn't even 2% of the conversation.
No. I think when we started this in January, it was right after my birthday. We started that call, and we had 3 sessions then. We had 2 in January, 2 in February, and I think we stopped in March, or we had another one in March.
Yeah, I think I just did 3 months of that.
But it was building up the whole onboarding system, building up your platform. So you came in with everything, like whatever she told you your homework was, go and get research. That's one thing I'm talking with Mr. Carter about with this Google Workspace, when he's talking about this workshop coming up on Wednesday. His workshop is on Wednesday. So I'll be sharing his flyer on my Facebook page for those. Please click the link. But I really want y'all, business owners especially, start using that Google Drive and start pulling your stuff and get it categorized. Like, this is my parent handbook, this is my staff handbook. So that way it's easy to, when you're building that onboarding portal, you can just move it and go, drop it and go, drop it and go. You ain't got to go through 5 laptops. Oh, that's just me. I got that.
Enjoy your vacation, Miss Jacobs. I see your
vacation. 2 flash drives. And then you trying to scan paperwork in to put it onto your onboarding, and that starts to wear and tear on you, because then you like, I don't feel like doing it. That means I gotta go find this stuff. I gotta go do all this stuff.
There's an easier way.
Where you keep it on your drive and have it to where you're able to access it. Even when I had a parent that asked me for my parent handbook. Guess what I said? What's your email? Boop, sent it straight to them, just from my phone. Just from my phone.
Tell them to log into their portal. They can locate it themselves.
Now, I just told Mr. Carter we're going to do a tech class. Yeah, we're going to do a tech class because, again, some of us just not tech savvy. And I realize that it's not even the older generation. It's some of our younger generation when it comes to certain things. That's why I said that onboarding portal is very needed, because when a parent is trying to enroll, they thinking they just got the bare minimum paperwork. In the state of Tennessee, baby, we got a lot of paperwork for parents. We got this, we got that, but having all these documentation to complete their onboarding before their child enroll.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because now you trying to find little Jacob's mama and say, I need that paperwork. hey, I need a shot record. But if you had that onboarding portal to be able to set up, to be able to tell that parent, hey, thank you for joining Tiny Tigers Learning Center. We're so excited to have you and your lovely children here with us. But before you begin, we need you to click that link down below, fill your paperwork out, all of your paperwork. And when it's filled out, it's going to send me a notification saying that you are all complete. I'm going to email you another email or something to say a welcome package or thank you for joining Tiny Tigers. Now you are ready to start your first day. Boom. Yeah. This is what your first day will look like. I need you to go to the front kiosk, put in your 4-digit PIN. Oh, I'm talking to some childcare owners now because y'all over there probably like, yes, Jesus. Yes. Tell them, Sean. Put in your 4-digit PIN. Check off everything that's on that pad. Yep. Now sign him in and take him to class. Do not just throw him in the building. Take him by his hand and go walk him to class. Boom. Now, Francis said it perfectly because I'm one of them type of people. I need to have a video. Yeah. I'm going to illustrate how this is supposed to look. How the morning drop-off is so important. I just did a training today, a video talking about the morning drop-off. That morning drop-off is very important. That needs to be in your onboarding portal for your staff and your parents. The way your face looks, the way your hygiene is, the way your attitude looks, the way your hair ain't combed, or you coming in looking homeless or whatever, look presentable. Have the work shirt on. Yes. Let that parent know that you are a representation of. Now, sometimes I be saying you're a representation of the business, but I'm gonna say this: you are my walking billboard. Because if you go to the gas station, to the grocery store, and you have on one of them work shirts, and you looking like you're looking, somebody go ask you, "Oh, where's that place located?" And you're able to tell them. That's how the parents should be like, "Oh, she works here." Not, who is this person? Right. Do they work here? That needs to be in your onboarding training. That needs to be shared to where, hey, this is what you're supposed to look like when you come into work every day. Now, I ain't telling you to go dress up like a homeless person and look like a homeless person. No. But I'm saying, like, illustrate how your staff supposed to look every single day. Do you allow colored hair? I know some child care facilities and some business owners do not allow colored hair. They do not even allow long nails.
Safety hazard.
Or earrings. They'll tell you can't have earrings, nose piercing. What is your policy? But Francis said it before we got started. She said, you can't expect them to know something if you never told them off the wham that is your policy. You can't wait until the person been there over 30 days and then you want to get mad out the blue and say, you ain't supposed to have them earrings on. And what's up with your nose piercing? Take that out your nose. Because you all upset and mad because you just had to pay the light bill and the rent and the mortgage and everything else in one transaction, and you mad at that staff member. Baby, you should have told them that on onboarding. Let me give y'all this. I had to deal with the labor board. True story. Somebody filed unemployment on me, on the business. I'm a business owner. People be wanting to be a business owner, but don't want to tell the truth. What saved my life is this HR kit. This book is thick, but I looked through it. I said, Francis got something here talking about unemployment or something. I know she does. Yeah. I went in there, I copied it, I sent it back to my payroll people, sent all my transactions of when I had a conversation with that employee, her exit interview, what she said about my program, and everything that saved my butt.
That's the termination and transition section.
I sent her a letter. I sent the employee the letter. Once she told me she was leaving, she didn't come back to my company. She did a call, no show. She didn't tell me anything. So I immediately terminated her. Once I terminated her, I sent it to my payroll specialist to let them know this was her last payroll. I emailed it to her and I sent it to her house. Certified. So somebody had to what? Sign for it. So I get a letter in the mail saying, "Oh, you have to play unemployment for such and such." And I said, "Who?" "Oh yeah, I fights." "Oh yeah, I fights." "Oh yeah, I fight." "Oh yeah, I do." Boop. I said, I got a book. I carry this book here where it be at my EDU station. It be here where my bag be heavy. My husband said, "What's in here? My
I
life."
can't believe she carries that around.
She
I
does.
do.
She does. She does.
LaShawn, can I just say this real quick, and then I'm going to be quiet because there's so much I want to say. But let me just say this, and I'm just bringing it up because you just brought it up. That's one of the things that we added to the new onboarding portals was a section about how the organization handles unemployment. So the new hire is going to read about that. And so if that new hire is somebody who likes to job hop and cause problems and just say they're working so they can go and file unemployment, when they read that section, they're going to understand that your business prioritizes making sure that it's understood what happens with unemployment and how it's handled. And so when somebody reads that, the first thing they're going to think is, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that here, because of the way that you handle it. So we did add that to the new onboarding portals.
Hey, man, it ain't fun or going back and forth with unemployment. It is not fun. It's a long journey. I'm here to tell you, it's a long journey because you got to prove everything. And even if you get on the phone interview and you're doing this, it's a lot of back and forth, But thank God for my bookkeeper friend and her expertise of language of how to word an email, because I might put it in a different way. She go in and reword it. I should say it in professional terms, but that's why God put her in my life to do a virtual assistant for me. And we got on that call and I was like, well, here's my evidence. And the lady was like, okay, give us 2 to 3 business days. We're going to have a determination. I got mine back that same day. That has to be paid back to Tiny Tigers Learning Center.
Yep.
And so so I'm saying it in a daycare sense, but put yourself in them shoes if you're not in childcare. Put yourself, and you don't know nothing about unemployment, and you're new to the business where you're like, man, unemployment. You mean to tell me people can come after me? Yes. Tennessee is an at-will state. You can let them go for whatever, but be careful how you letting people go if you don't have the proper paperwork. So I'm not just saying, oh, the onboard. Yes, have that in your onboarding portal. How's your exiting program? Sometimes I call back an employee just to do an exit. And if they don't want to do it, guess what I put in my notations? Refuse to do exit interview. Did you hear what I said? Refuse to do exit interview. So when unemployment comes knocking at the door, I can say, well, here's the transaction of when I called that person. Here's what the comment was. This is what this was said. Boom. And it's taken care of. Now, I ain't gonna say it's the easy process. It's not. But long as you got your onboarding portal, like she said, now you can wing out, y'all. You can ring out them lazy people. Everybody's face went down to the corner. But
you can weed out a lot of folks.
You can start winging them out. She said, you're exactly right. A lot of unnecessary communication, a lot of unnecessary emails. Yes, it is. But you can start winging them now because now your onboarding process is straight to a T. That's why I said I got to get back serious on my onboarding process because I know I mess up in hiring people. I know that I'm like, why am I repeating myself? Why am I saying things? Why am I cleaning up my own building? Why am I, that's how many why am I you doing a day?
Right.
It's okay to get on the phone with your friends and your business partner and you're venting, but what you're actually saying is you're not giving a solution to what is going on in your business. If I get on the phone with both of these two ladies and I'm venting, they like, so what's the solution, LaShawn? It sounds like to me that you need to do X, Y, and Z. Get around some business people that's gonna put you on that next level of we can vent about it, but sis, we're gonna make some solutions real fast and change something. You heard Mother Cheryl say this has made her think twice about, like, made her sit down and think, I need to go back in that business tomorrow, and everybody's going to give me a sheet or something, a summary to let me know how was their onboarding experience. What is some things I can change about the onboarding experience that you did not like? And of course, we got some of our faithful employees that ain't going to say too much. Well, mother, I'm not going to get you upset or say anything wrong. No, I need to know.
No, that's right.
For instance, I need to know in order for this organization to grow, because it's going to grow. either if you tell me or not tell me, it's going to grow, because I believe in discernment, and God didn't put this training on my heart just to be like, oh, LaShawn, just nah. He told this is the training that's needed, because we are now in the crisis of hiring people right now.
Mm-hmm.
Back to school has started for a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, we are either hiring pre-K teachers, we're hiring infant teachers, we're hiring school age teachers to watch these babies.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now need to be your onboarding process. What is your onboarding process? What's the journey? Oh, Francis, what is the journey?
Mm-hmm.
When they get that application, or when they accepting that their resume, you finally got their resume. Do you not know it's a lot of employees that don't even do resumes anymore? They just call them and say, girl, come on in and do your background check.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't even call it and check references anymore.
Oh, we talk about that too.
Like, when I tell y'all this is a lengthy process,
Mm-hmm.
that if you really love the business that you in, and you are tired of working as hard as you working, you got to take your business serious. I done lost one of my earrings. I had to take it out of my ear. But you have to really enjoy it and start really putting systems in place. And this system is the onboarding system. Start with that onboarding system. So y'all know me. I always talk to my new current business owners and our new ones. But this one is going out for our new business owners. My new business owners, if you're listening tonight or you catching a replay and you like, why didn't I join that training? Don't worry. We're going to have Coach Francis again. And it ain't going to probably be live. It's going to probably be in a private Zoom. So if you didn't
so I
click
can
on
spill the
private
beans.
Zoom, so she can show everything on her side. I want her to show everything on her side. And I want her to be able to share her screen and be able to actually let y'all peek behind the curtain. That's what I told her. I said, Francis, they just want to peek behind the curtain. But I really want you to, this is something I wish I would have had when I started in my business years ago. 2015 is that. I started my business in 2015 inside my home. And again, I didn't have an onboarding portal for my parents, or I didn't even have applications for my parents when they enrolled. I didn't. My business came from word of mouth. And if they can pay, they can stay. That's what my mouth was.
That was the motto.
That was
If you ring the doorbell, you better have your payment at the door, okay? But in all seriousness, you need an onboarding process. I don't care if somebody says, oh, that's just another thing I'm gonna have to pay for. It's something that it will save you time and money and stress. You won't have to be stressing if that person went and did their background check. If they missed the first time doing their background check, guess what? That lets you know they ain't serious about working at your company.
Ain't ready.
If they couldn't even fill out the application, they not serious at working at your company.
Right.
They not. I have a pre-K teacher right now. Not gonna say her name, but she read my whole handbook. She said, "Oh, that's part of your handbook." Yep, it is. Oh, that's part of your handbook. I'm like, dang, she read that handbook to a T. Let me go back and read my own handbook. Like I was like, okay, good. That handbook is coming in good use. Now, if I go back to my current staff members and ask them a rule in the rule book, they probably couldn't tell me. So I'm saying this because y'all think the people that's in your system, that's in your company right now, don't need onboarding training. Everybody do, including you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Including you. When you go back and read your own handbook, be like, whoa, I was on some stuff back in 2017. What? I was really thinking about life. Oh, okay, it's time me to update some stuff. Oh, I need to update this. Everything needs to be going back in a 90-day system. Go back every 90 days and start saying, okay, I need to train some people. Take everybody on their onboarding journey. And guess what that'll do? Them people that's coming on board, you're going to have one person that can do your onboarding for you. You no longer have to do the onboarding, Mother Cheryl. You no longer have to do it, Chanel. You don't have to do it no more, Mariah, because that one person is going to train everybody now. Once they understand your onboarding portal, guess what? The conductor can give her head off to somebody else, and they can do then they can do the hiring, then they can do the onboarding, and I can go out and be the recruiter, or they can be the recruiter and bring them on to onboard. Y'all, I'm so excited. Y'all be trying to figure out what I be doing. How she get to do all this stuff? you got to start implementing systems. You got to start being automated. You want to take trips, you want to fly, you want to do this, you want to go to conferences, but your onboarding systems, any system that you have is not on point. You still saying, okay, girl, when I come back on Monday, we can do your interview. Okay, girl, when I come back on Tuesday, we're going to set up your interview. That's when you know it's time for you to get an onboarding portal that is automated, that you can get somebody else to train and do that job for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have Coach Francis to come back on again, but it's not going to be live. You're going to literally have to sign up for the class and register for the class. But I am excited to give off our first 2 hot seat people a book. Mother Cheryl, do you have her book already?
I think
You
Mother
have
Cheryl
the
has it.
Not that one there. I don't have that one. Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Look,
Mhm.
Coach Francis is going to send it to you. So, just come back here with Coach Francis
I
gonna send it
thought
to
she
you.
had the onboarding.
Yeah, no, that's
Look,
one of the
and
ones I don't
I'll make
have.
sure,
Okay.
I'll make sure you get your
I think
information
she
so
has
she
the
can.
benefits. The benefits
Yes,
book.
I got the benefits. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
And
mhm.
so, Coach Francis, are you doing another training on this language of onboarding anytime soon? Or
I am. I don't have that one scheduled just yet. I'm going to work on that because that is priority. I do have a training coming up called How to Handle Unemployment Calls with Confidence. That one is coming. And I'm going to share my screen, and I'm actually going to talk about a lot of things that we don't always know about unemployment. For instance, there are some benefits you can be getting from your unemployment agency that you don't even know about. And so we're going to talk about that. I'll be giving out a script of what to say. I'll be teaching how to get your leadership team prepared for those calls and what they should say if you get a call. So I'm going to have that one coming up. I don't have a date yet, but it is coming. The presentation is finished. I just need to decide which date I'm going to do it. So,
ooh, and everybody need to join that call. If you're a business
Mhm.
owner, you join that call.
yeah, that's
When
for
I
any
share that,
business, any industry.
yeah, better join that call, because when I tell you unemployment, until
Mhm.
you have to deal with them, you know how serious it is. You know,
That's right.
babe,
Yeah.
when I tell y'all now, when people terminate, babe, I'm so quick to send it to the unemployment people. I send it to them before they send me some
Hmm.
email. Whoop, I send it quick.
Yeah.
I don't even wait on my payroll people to do it no more. I'm sending it.
Hmm.
Do you hear? I'm sending it. Yes, I'm sending it off. I'm letting them know this person is terminated from here, and this is the reason. And I'm sharing the text messages, and I'm making sure that I'm covered.
Hmm.
Even if they don't even file, I'm sending
Hmm.
it
Yeah, we're going
because
to talk about all of that.
it was unreal, y'all. I felt like I was like, "What in the world? What?" And be the ones that you get a shirt off your back, baby, and the coins out your corn purse, baby.
Hmm.
Please, you know what I mean, mother.
Exactly. Oh yes. Oh yes.
So
Have
before
to.
we, right, it be that real. It be that real. And like I said, I'm going on 10 years at Tiny Tigers Learning Center. And
Wow.
I know,
Congratulations.
right? I was like, 10 years. Woo! When
Yeah,
Mother Shirts,
right. That sounds crazy. Seems like you just started.
do you hear me? I was like, man, 10
Mhm.
years. I was sitting over here like 10 years. So
Awesome.
this is not it for the EDU station. We are planning on doing a round table coming up really soon. And you'll see Coach Francis again, and possibly Mother Cheryl again on that round table. I am
Yay.
so excited about this round table for this. So this one is for our educators out here. So we are talking about violations and giving you solutions to different violations that we see that is across the state. Now, that can be
Mhm.
playground violations, that can be health and safety violations. We got Mother Cheryl on there, so she's gonna be talking about them kitchen violations, baby. She gonna get your kitchen clean. It's time to just get them kitchens clean, okay? And we talking about the safety and healthy of the
Yeah.
kids, violations that we have. All of us are coaches in our own areas and everywhere
Mhm.
else that comes on. And if you would like to be a part of the roundtable, please let us know. We'll have that coming up real soon. We're thinking about, I think we haven't agreed on a date just yet, y'all, but we're thinking about either doing it Monday nights or Thursday nights. Y'all tell us what's a good night for you guys while y'all on. And if you're catching the replay, what's a good night for y'all to join a roundtable like that to start discussing
Mhm.
these violations and how to handle certain things, how to not just get hot-headed and take it to a whole different level. Trust me, you don't want to take it there. But how to give good solutions and how to write up your correction plan of action if you have to, if it comes to that point. I hear so many times that I had to write a correction plan of action. I'm gonna turn it in later. No, you turn that in right then and there. If they send you something like that, we're gonna talk about it. Turn in right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
If you on a safety plan, you have to deal with a safety plan. What is the guidelines to the safety plan? I don't been on a safety plan before. It ain't no embarrassment. Like I tell you, I'm an open book. Can't nobody tell my story better than I can tell my story and what I've been through. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So ratio, what does that mean in the licensing world with ratio? And I'm coming from Tennessee. Mother Sure, where you coming from?
Florida, Florida.
And Francis, where you coming from?
Virginia.
And then we got Philly gonna be in the building. We got somebody from, I don't know if Kim was coming on. I gotta see if Kim coming on to the round table. I would love to have her on. I would love to have some more childcare owners that's in different areas that you can come on and talk about the violations that you are seeing a lot of and how we can help each other out. This is what we build in a community, to empower each other, to motivate each other, to inspire each other, to lift each other up in this time of need. It's getting real out here for the childcare industry, okay, you guys? And the violations, the rule changements, everything. We need to be a part of this movement and not be left behind. I'm just gonna tell you that. Don't be left behind. If you need a professional development coaches, if you need somebody to come in to just walk through your facility and you're not understanding like what's going on, why they keep writing you up for things, we are here to answer those questions when we have this roundtable. It's going to be called a child care roundtable. I'm going to do it like CNN. We just go all around and just talk about it. All right. So other than that, again, we have Mr. Carter coming on with the Google. Somebody else wanted to add to the table. Who was this at the table? Look, I be getting people clicking in at the last minute. Hey, y'all. Is that Miss Mildred? Hey, how you doing, Miss Mildred?
Oh, that's Mildred on there. Yes.
Leslie Ann said this was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Leslie Ann. Y'all just don't forget to share. I know a lot of people, they get their Sunday goals together, or they getting their life together for the rest of the week. Like, Lord, I got to get ready for this week, but I got ready on Saturday. So, and I got up early this morning, wash dishes, clean clothes, and everything else. So I prepared myself ahead of time. But I'm going to get ready to close us out. Again, if you haven't gotten the book, if you haven't seen the book yet, please go to her website. I want to make sure you get the website, Serving Well Solutions. I wanted Miss Mildred to come on and talk about her experience with the home. Come off mute. Miss Mildred. Look, I'm trying to unmute her. Oh, I don't know what happened. Lord. Hopefully
she lost connection.
We lost her. But you guys, again, book your call with Coach Francis. Let her know about your own. She's personalizing your onboarding portal, you guys. You won't have the same onboarding portal as me or Mother Sure. You'll have your own personalized onboarding portal. So yours might not look like mine. Yours might not sound like mine. That's great. That means it's personalized to who? You. I don't think you. No, I ain't gonna talk about that one. I'm not gonna talk about. I'm not gonna. Hey, you finished writing up the people that you want inside the book?
Say that one more time.
Hey, you already finished getting all the people that you want inside the new book?
Oh no, the link is still available. I need more voices for the book. Yeah, definitely. So please help me spread the news about that. I still need more people to be featured in that book if they would like to share their story. The book is From Hustle to Health, Building a Business Without Burning Out. And so I'm looking for business owners who were struggling, but then they found solutions, they found answers, and they have mastered those areas. I want them to be featured in the book so that people that read it who are struggling know that there is hope and that they can keep moving on. They can be anonymous, or if you want to give your information so people can reach out to you to do business or whatever, you'll be able to do that as well. So I'm excited about this book. I'm just excited. So definitely.
Y'all go to her page, Francis Davis, found on Facebook, and make sure you inbox her if you would like to be a part of the book, if you would like to get more coaching about the onboarding platform. She does a lot more than just onboarding, you guys. She has a whole list of things that she could do. Miss Mildred, can you come off mute now?
Oh, she made it back.
Popping back in. I knew she was popping back in. Felt it in my bones. Look,
I'm so sorry. You know, I just saw this a few seconds ago.
it's fine. Can you tell them
Mildred.
how your experience with working with Coach Francis in the onboarding portal? How was your experience with that?
Wonderful.
Yay.
Wonderful. The best thing ever happened to me.
Oh,
And how many
I love
businesses
her.
do you own? How many businesses do you own, Miss Mildred?
4.
4 businesses, y'all.
It's a lot.
When I met Miss Mildred back in January, she was sitting on the side. I don't know if she was sitting on the side of me or down the road, and I was like, "Oh, you need an onboarding portal. You need to talk to my friend Francis. She got this onboarding portal, baby. Here go her class. You need to get that onboarding class."
And she called like right after that. She meant business.
Oh,
And
I know she
immediately.
was. She was like, I gotta get this organized. I need help right now. And
Mhm.
so I love Miss Mildred personality. I love that her go get it drive. Like he's
Mhm.
not waiting to next year, the next day. She was like, no, I need solutions now in my business, not next year. No.
That's right.
So thank you, Miss Mildred. We're getting ready to hop off of here.
Thank you, Mildred.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hate that y'all one. I have to tell them what y'all talk about.
Oh, it's gonna be on live, so you'll be able to go back and catch the replay, and then it's gonna be on Francis' social media, my social media, so you'll be able to catch it and go back and see everything. But we really enjoyed today. We enjoyed everybody that came onto the stage, everybody that was able to chat in our in the message in the comments.
You're welcome, Leslie Ann. Sorry.
Thank you, Leslie Ann. And if you are catching a replay, just come on in and chat with us. We'll still have it. I'll be able to go back on and share with Coach Francis if you need more information. Again, go to servewellsolutions.com. And we thank y'all so much for joining in to our live. And we can't wait to see you next. Our next roundtable panel. All aboard the EDU station. Y'all have an amazing night.